there friends! Today I wanted to show you the makeup look that you just saw. Can you believe I started out on this face? We're not gonna waste any time, let's just zoom you guys in so you can see exactly what I did on me eyeballs. I started with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer as my eyeshadow primer. Set that in place after blending, of course, with the Airspun Loose Face Powder. It's so fine milled and soft, it makes the eyeshadow so easy to blend, I love it. So the first eyeshadow I'm going in with is NYX Teddy. It's just a pale matte pink shade, so it's just a good base lid color. Once I apply that all over the lid, my next color is going to be this light orange Ofra shade. They actually don't have names because I got these back in beauty school, so I've had them a long time, but they're just in pans. So I'm really sorry I don't have actual names for you, but this is just a matte light orange shade for a good transition slash crease color. And I am actually going to build that crease color up a little bit darker with this kind of tannish orange shade. All the pans that look like this are nameless Ofra shades, so I really do apologize for that, but you get the idea, just a slightly darker shade to deepen it. And then this one is a really pretty shimmery plum shade. So I'm using a small brush to pack that on precisely, just to have really clean application on the first half of the lid though. The rest of the lid I kind of just throw it on and get follow everywhere, but you know how that goes. Then I'm deepening the crease even more with this dark brown matte shade, also from Ofra. Yeah, I just take a smaller blending brush to really focus that into my crease and darken it. But I did end up blending it out a little bit too far for my liking, so you'll see here in a minute I will go ahead and clean that up with a little makeup wipe thing, just so that I can get a cleaner blend. So yeah, I clean this eye up and then I go in with this light yellow shade. I just knew it wasn't going to show up really, and I just needed something to blend out that harsh line before going back in with the light orange shade again, because I did want the orange to be incorporated into this look in the crease, and at that point it was kind of gone. So yeah, put that back in there, and then I ended up topping the plum shade with NYX Ruffle Trim just because I wanted a little bit more shimmer, and I feel like this brought the shimmer, so don't have any MAC Fix Plus to spray these with, so I did the best I could. Once again with that dark brown matte shade just to deepen the crease back up, but this time I did it with a pencil brush to ensure that it didn't get out of control again, so just carefully blending right within the crease, making sure that I'm blending out any harsh lines with the pencil brush, but then going in with a clean, fluffy blending brush with no product on it just to make sure that that is nicely blended. Then I'm moving on to Winged Liner by Ciate. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce this. I got this in an Ipsy bag and I'm pretty sure I swore I was never going to use it again because of a bad experience, but here we are. It did work pretty decent for me today. I mean, I did a double wing by accident, a teeny tiny one, so I ended up going back to fix that. But yeah, it seemed to glide on pretty okay. I mean, I struggle with winged liner no matter what I'm using. I will admit that it didn't go on quite as smoothly as I hoped, like there were some patchy parts, but I ended up liking the end result, so that's all that really matters, even if you have to struggle a little bit to get there. After cleaning it up, I decided to go back and make it a little bit thicker just because I feel like it looks way better with my eyelid shape. And then I took this Physicians Formula Eye Definer in Ultra Black. It's just a black eyeliner, and I tightlined my upper waterline, and then I also used this to darken my wing a little bit just to fill in any patchy parts. Then I took the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in Blonde. I was hoping this would match my hair pretty okay. I don't really think it does. I feel like this is actually a really dark color to be considered blonde. Probably just because I'm more of a warm blonde. I'm kind of a redhead as well, so I don't know, this was just a little bit too cool tone for me. I've used it in the past with my natural hair and it worked way better. And I'm gonna be honest, I am not confident in my skills with applying eyebrows with a pomade. I just much prefer pencils. I just wanted to kind of switch it up today. So I'll admit that a lot of the fixing of my brow happened off camera. I mean, it happened on camera, but I cut it out because it was way too long. This took me forever. I basically just blocked out my brow and then used vertical lines in the front to just diffuse it a little bit so it wasn't super harsh. But I ended up going back in with concealer and just fixing up the shape a lot. Luckily, I was going for kind of a glam makeup today anyway, so even if it was kind of too thick, I knew it was going to work out in the end because it's not like I'm doing a really natural look where I'm trying to make my brows look really natural. So back in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to clean it up. As I said before, I just lined out the bottom of my brows and cleaned it up, and basically just used that to make my arch a little bit more apparent, and yeah, just brightened it up underneath, and that helped a lot. I also took the Maybelline Brow Drama Brow Gel, and that helped a lot too because that, you know, made my eyebrow hairs apparent again. Just set those in place. I actually ended up trimming them as well just because some were overhanging. My brows grow down. They're really strange. And then yeah, I just curled my eyelashes to prep them for mascara. I'm using the Essence I Heart Extreme Volume Mascara today. I used to be in love with this and just rediscovered it, and now I've been using it like every day because it's so cheap and amazing. Back in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to do my under eyes. And I'm just realizing how disgusting my beauty blender is. I should probably wash that today. I'm going in with the Airspun Loose Face Powder once again to set my under eyes, and then I'm using the Kiss Daisy Lashes. I don't have the original packaging, so this is what they look like. And I'm using the Brush On Lash Glue that is also by Kiss. So I just place those on with my tweezers and then go through and just squeeze them together with my lashes to make sure they're nice and flush. And then we can go ahead and finish the under eyes. So I'm using Beauty Mark by NYX. It's a really pretty shimmery copper color, and I just packed that on my lower lash line. And then I took Lace Detail by NYX to do the inner corner. It's just a really pretty, like, light gold shimmery shade. But as you can see, it didn't really show up on my skin too well, so I did end up wanting something a little bit lighter and brighter and, you know, intense because it's me. So I went in with the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in Eternal Sunshine. As you can see, this is way more intense. It actually shows up on my skin way better, so that kind of brought me to the brightness level that I wanted. And I decided to intensify it a little bit more by using Amber Rush, also a L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow. This one has like coppery tones, but it's mostly just like shimmer, so I figured it would be really pretty on top of the copper we had. Then I went back in with the Essence I Heart Extreme Volume Mascara on my bottom lashes, and then my eye look is complete. Pew! I just thought a sound effect there would be necessary. Time to get my hair out of the way. And let's start with the face. So the foundation I'm using is the Estee Lauder Cool Bone. I believe it's the lightest shade you can get, and it's still a little bit too dark, but you know, it works out in the end. I like to use it with a beauty blender, a damp one of course, because it is pretty damn thick. But as you'll see, the coverage is really amazing, and I don't really have to worry about it looking too cakey at the end as long as I use a damp beauty blender to apply it. So I'm gonna take my time just pushing all that into my face, all over my face, as you do with foundation. So once I've blended that all in, I'm going to set that in place with the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Face Powder in 110 Porcelain. I pretty much set that everywhere just because I want this to last forever. Since I do set my whole face, I end up getting powder all over my brows, my lips, pretty much everywhere, so I end up wiping off my lips and then touching up my brows with powder, and well... So yeah, I used the powdery remains of this brow powder to go over my brows and just get rid of the face powder that I got on there. And obviously this is going to make my brows look a little bit thicker and bolder, but you know, I actually really like that look, especially with glam makeup, so I'm really not mad about it. To contour my face today, I'm going to use the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. I'm going to use this far left shade over here. And with this really dense sculpting brush, I'm going to concentrate the contour right underneath my cheekbone where I want my contour most intense. And then I'm also going to use that same brush to blend out the edges once I have it kind of placed where I want it. In order to diffuse the color a little bit though, I can't just use the same brush and go over it a million times. I mean, I could, but it would take years. So I'm taking this light matte shade in that same palette and just blurring the edges with that same brush. Basically just blending, blending, blending until I feel like it's not as intense and in your face, but it's still a good contour. And then doing the same on the forehead, just focusing that right on the corner of my forehead, and then going back in with that same lighter shade to blend out the rest of my face. To warm up my face, I used the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and just went right over that contour because I just love how this gives a really nice, healthy, natural glow to my face. And then for blush, I'm going to use the Morphe 9N blush palette. I'm going to use this top middle shade to just put on my cheeks, where you put blush, of course. And I like to keep that really subtle, which is fairly easy with this product because it's not super pigmented. Unlike this palette, this is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette, and I'm going to use this highlighter right here with my fucked up brush. This one is super pigmented, so it only takes a little bit, and I'm going to put that on the high points of my cheekbones, my nose, and my cupid's bow. Picking out a lip shade is probably the hardest part of doing my makeup for me, but I chose this lip liner by Rimmel London. It's called Tiramisu. What do you guys know? I just chose like a natural pinky shade as usual. I just don't really like a lot of colors on me. I don't know what it is. Maybe when I have like my braces off and I'm wanting to show off my mouth, I'll try something a little crazier, but I actually don't have that many to choose from anyway. Most of my collection is nudes and pinks, so that explains a little bit. I'm gonna top that with MAC Brave. It's one of my favorites, a little bit more on the pinkier side, but it's not like too pink for me, which is really important because, like I said, I'm kind of picky about my lip colors. But if you guys have any suggestions for a lip color that I should try, one that you think would look good on me, I just really want to up my lip game, so yeah, let me know. And look at that, that completes this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you recreate it or if there's a specific look you want me to try. I would so appreciate it if you would leave me a comment down below to let me know your requests. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you really soon in my next video. Bye!